everyone, it's Grizz. I'm back with the Punisher. Sorry for the delay on these videos, guys. There's been a lot going on. On the last video, I was sorting out the indicators. I was waiting on for some heat shrink tube wrapping stuff for the finishing off the electric wiring. And I started looking at the mass of electrics that was still here, and it was really bothering me. If you go back, Grizz, play a short clip of what it originally looked like. Right, so we had all the electric boxes right at the top by the air box, and I still had those there once I had put the new loom on, plus I had some excess wiring from the new loom from the new clocks. So I decided it was too much material. My OCD was completely in overdrive, and yeah, basically I tore it apart and started again. Let's have a look now of what I've done so far now. Right, so basically I had the bike kind of pretty much sorted. Since the last video, I've gone on and also sorted out the back seat. I've put on the indicators on the back. Let's have a look. I'm covering up my number plate. Yeah, indicators and rear seat and number plate and legal reflector and all those kinds of things, and the tail light, orangey tail light. I fitted that. So all the back end is working, and I got all that back in situ, so that was good. But as I said, I was left with all these boxes, the fuse box, the relays and whatnot, and a bulk of the electrics was all up in here. And I wasn't really happy with it on being on top of the engine. B, it also affects airflow. And also, I don't know if you guys seen it in the previous video, I had all the electrics, and this was done by whoever messed around with it last, I believe. They had ran all the electrics underneath here, underneath the framing, then coming up into the engine bay. The problem with that was when you put it on hard lock, it was all getting squashed by the fork leg and interfering with freedom of movement. So I wasn't happy with that. So I basically rerouted all the electrics, and as I said, I had an extra wiring coming off of the new clocks, the new headlights. There was more wiring obviously, and indicators, plus there was all that kind of those boxes up here. So basically, as I said, I took everything apart, stripped it all apart and rebuilt it and wrapped it all up. It's not an A1 job, but it is much better. It's cleaner. The airbox actually fits on now as it should. It was standing slightly proud from all the wiring underneath it. And I think that's a better location for the fuses, although I'm going to add some additional weather protection to that at some point, because it's still a bit exposed now from the chain, but it's not getting or any kind of water running up, you know, from the chain and the back end there. But it's a better location than being on top of the engine. The wiring is better. I'm not, as I said, 100% happy. I could probably go through and do it again, to be honest. But that is as far as my perfection of wiring will go at the moment. Yeah, so back end's on. Tank is over there ready to go on. I've also gone on and messed around with the seat. So I had a big square of foam, and I cut that. Play the little video of me cutting it. That's just so amazing to watch. Yeah, so I cut it basically, and then I got some sandpaper on it and reshaped it. And that seat now, I've had that kind of, let's have a look. Here we go. I've had the seat, it's not staying there, but I've had the seat held in its shape because it was very rigid. The foam still is now, but I've had it for about a week now. I need to get this in situ so you can appreciate it better. But basically that is the seat nearly done. I'm probably going to shape it just a tiny bit more. It's not 100% spot on, I don't think, shape wise at the moment, but it's getting there, and that is literally just using sandpaper, and it's really quite surprising what a finish you can get when it started off like this. So yeah, that is really cool. I was almost kind of disappointed with that seat foam, but it's turning out a hell of a lot better than I thought it would. Right, jobs that need doing now. I need to clean up the back end, the swing arm and the chain, give that a good clean up, and some fresh lube on the chain. I need to change the coolant, refresh that in the radiator cooling system, and then I need to go on and clean the engine and exhaust and paint it. It's not 100% necessary, but for the overall look of the bike, is going to look much better when everything's black. That was how I originally had it done. So I'm going to try and get everything done if I can today. I've had a good Christmas. I'm due to go back to work tomorrow, and it's not exactly, I haven't got masses of time today, but I'm going to have a good blast, a good old go, trying to get on top of these jobs and see if I can get the bike finished and booked in for its MOT, and we can get it out on the road and start having some fun. Right, after that I'm going to move on to Taffy's bike. Her bike needs a good service, lots of work. We got all kinds of things to go on with that. Servicing, RNG crash bungs from RNG. Thank you, Chris RNG, for those. Chris of Twitter, Chris Gold, sorry. Hayabusa still sat there, lovely. Basically, I'm looking at Punisher. Get the Punisher done. Get Taffy's bike done. Hopefully, by which point Hayabusa might sell, but I'm going to then move on to the BMW. The 916 is in the lounge, as you've seen. So yeah, BMW next. Let's get these out of the way. I just want them done now, really, to be honest. I want to get all the work done and move on to the Beamer. Right, let's get this bad boy finished. So tanks on, just quickly pop that on, turn the bike around so I can get to work on this back end. Let's give you a better view, a different angle of the Punisher. But yeah, anyway, yeah, all this back end basically needs cleaning up. It's just the chain needs a clean, the swing arm's all dusty. It's nothing terrible, but I want to give that chain a quick clean up, get it all nice and clean, and a fresh bit of lube on. Get rid of all this dirt and dust in here. You can't see it very well, but yeah, there is actually a fair old covering in there. But yeah, let's get that cleaned up, and then I can clean up the engine and start painting it. Ooh, my light's flashing again. Yeah, flipping rubbish. But there we go. Let's get it done. Right, this stuff, this grease that I've got on the brush, that's come off the chain, is like super thick. It's like glue. Usually, this brake cleaner, Silkaline brake and chain cleaner, is the strongest brake cleaner I've ever used, and it doesn't take it off very well. This is just like glue. I don't know what someone's put on here, but it's horrible, and it's really hard work getting it off. So for ease of getting the rest of all this dirt off the back end, I'm going to take the back wheel off. Right, the wheel is off. I can now get to this and give it a good clean up, and yeah, make sure this is all nice and clean. One thing you do need to do when you're doing this, let me show you. Yeah, one thing you do need to do before you finish is just to get this brake disc nice and clean before we put everything back together again, because we don't want to have a contaminated brake disc, which will contaminate the brake pads as well. So yeah, things like that you need to keep an eye on, but I'll try and keep as much as I can. I'll cover this up with a rag, I guess, actually, and stop it from getting on here. But I'm not going to bore you too much with the cleaning. As you can see, it's nothing really drastic. So I'm going to give things a bit of a clean up in here, and yeah, then we get on to the engine. Cool. As always, when I'm doing these jobs, my kind of OCD kind of cleaning is not like terrible. You know, I have left areas where there is bits of dirt somewhere, but yeah, basically it's flipping clean now. And basically I'm thinking, how could I ever possibly use this as a winter bike? Now, getting this chain clean and getting all this dirt off, as I say, the chain cleaner didn't work, but I did put some WD-40 on it and it made pretty quick work of it, sorry. So yeah, that knocked off the main kind of greasy residue, but yeah, the rest of it is nice and clean, all sorted, and ready for going back together. The back wheel was looking rather lush. Did I show you the other side? Hold on a sec. The other side, look. One of the guys at work did this, fit the tyre on for me. This tyre, it's a scrub tyre. It's not been scrubbed by me. It hasn't got a lot of life in it. But in saying that, the grooves are quite deep. But it's going to be a cheapo tyre. Basically it's a 200, what is it, what is the actual size? It's 255/17 is a Michelin, what do you call it, Power RS 2CT. So yeah, I wanted to give that one a go. As I said to you previously, it had a 190 tyre on it previously, but this is a 200. And I used to have a 210 tyre on the back, because this is a 7-inch wheel, not a 6-inch wheel. So it'll take a much wider tyre basically, but I think the 200 section is working quite well on there. We'll see what it's like when we get to ride it. But yeah, the colour on this bike, it's so hard to get a good representation for you, but it's actually quite a dark, like a dark blood colour. It's not like this colour that is shown on the camera now. It's much darker, so it's more kind of like this colour, if that shows properly on the camera. But yeah, it really, the more I'm cleaning this bike, the more I'm thinking, how could I ever use it as a winter bike? I just don't know. I did a few other things. I bled out the rear brake caliper and just put some fresh fluid in the reservoir, and yeah, cleaned all that up. I got a slight issue with the brake switch, where this spring is just a bit weak and it's not making the rear brake light kind of function properly, which is a bit frustrating. Did I show you with all the indicators and stuff on now? Yeah, but the clocks are all working. Can you see that? Yeah. I've still got the protective film on there at the moment, but yeah, RNG indicators, you've seen those before. And these rear indicators, LED ones, they're rather snazzy. I'm not sure who they're made by these, but I quite like them. They're like an aluminium, bullet type aluminium LED indicator. Let's put the lights on. Yeah, the little plate indicate lights working. Sorry, the rear brake light is working. And yeah, this foot pedal, I can't really operate it from here. Doesn't work very well, so I need to have a look at that. There we go, it's working, but it sticks on, so I need to try and fix that. It works fine on the actual proper one, the front one, proper one. Yeah, so a little bit of messing around still to do. Everything works. Lights work. I need to get the height of those headlights correct. And other things I've noticed today, I had another bleed out. I bled the front brake, the front brake out again, sorry. And yeah, it's better, it is better. There is a bit more pressure there, but the actual angle of the brake lever with these with the handlebar, sorry, Grizz is tired, he's been at this all day basically, is wrong. Basically someone's fitted on these handlebar ends, and if you can see, it's on the actual carbon fibre bar, and I took off the twist grip to see what was going on, and basically someone has relocated the twist grip further up the bar, which in turn has pushed the brake lever further up the bar, and now it's actually sitting on the bend, and you kind of see that, of the handlebar, which isn't ideal, which kind of throws the kind of lever into a strange angle. The same on this one as well, you can maybe see a bit better. So I think I'm also going to order myself and change these bar end mirrors, because these could do with coming off and everything going back that way, so I can have these two levers mounted correctly. It's bothering me, and it's not really comfortable to grab hold of the lever like that. So yeah, so the brakes are a little bit better, but I could do with relocating them, getting rid of these. So yeah, what else is there to do now? Right, clean up of the engine, repaint, and I'm also going to paint the exhaust as well. I think I'm going to call that one there. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I think that's enough for today, guys. I'm just going to take this wheel indoors and adore it alongside with the 916. Not really, I'm going to fit it back on the bike. Right, other jobs that need doing, and I think a good reason why to make another video out of this, because it's probably going to be way too long, and I'm not going to get this all done today, and I want to get another build series, another vlog out for you guys to enjoy this the Punisher build. What else needs doing? So I've bled the brakes, we've cleaned it up a bit. Didn't really do a lot, really, did I, today? But I've been busy, and yeah, the jobs that have been done and are being done, I don't want to rush them for the point of just getting this bike finished. I want it right, so I'm not going to rush it. I've got to still change the coolant, I've got to clean the engine and paint the engine, I've got to paint the exhaust. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to take the exhaust system off yet to paint that up. We'll have a look. What else? I've got to fit the seat foam, adjust the front suspension, and adjust the headlights. Yeah, I think that's about it. That's at least one more video, I think, isn't it? Right, thank you for watching, everyone, and I will catch you on the next one. See you soon. Bye.